to the other part. So let's move to the another. What is Active Directory users? Yeah, here you can create your users or other. Click on the main users. Okay, so by default, a single user is created to manage. It have the full permission of that, so he can manage all the things. Okay, and identity user, Microsoft account, all the things. Okay, so in this, what is AD user? AD user represent an identity for an person or employee in your domain. A user has login credential, can use them to log in into Azure portal. If you create a user here, so he can log in into your directory. Okay, and each users is different from another default another tenant account, tenant directory or default directory. Means in default directory you have multiple users here, so they can use your default directory. And on the other hand, if you create another directory here for another company, suppose I have company one directory, so I can create different user on the different directory. They don't have access to my default directory, and default directory users don't have access to my company one directory. Okay, and you can assign roles and administration role to the users. You can add users to the group. You can uh, track user sign in, how many time it sign in. You can see like sign in logs by clicking on this. If I click on this, 7 days, yes, you can sign in my logs where I sign in, and your IP addresses, you can track them. Okay, and if I go through with the, you can also export this data, download this data, and let me create all users. Yes, if I click on this, okay, so there are two types of Azure AD users into directory. Use guest user and the normal user. Normal user generally belong to your directory, belong to your organization. Guest user, a guest user belongs to another organization directory, or you can invite them. You can invite them to work here into my directory. Okay, so how to create a users into that, we will see. Let's go to the homes. Yes, we already into the users. Now create a new user. Right now I'm creating one user here. Okay, by default, as you can see, create user, by default it select my domain name. Okay, I'm going to create a user into my this directory yxa46 at gmail.on.microsoft.com. So let's create a user here. Like suppose I create user one. Okay, and name, I give the name like let's say the username as Sandeep. Okay, and let's create Sandeep. First name, in real time or in production, we have to enter all the details like first name, last name. Okay. So right now I'm not enter this detail, and you can select the password. So password, you can copy this, and in the both case, if you select this or this, you have to reset your password when you log in into Azure portal. So let me copy this into the notepad. Okay, suppose I paste it here, and I can also select the group for this. Okay, and I can also block this sign in right now, or I can define the usage location here, like I support India. Okay, and job title I can select like it is into cloud admin, and I can select the department here. I can select the company name. Okay. Now click on the create button. So it will create a user. Now try to sign in with the Sandeep. Okay. Now try to sign in with this user. Okay. So Sandeep can work into my default directory. So let's go to the another browser and sign in with that. portal.azure.com. Now I'm going to enter the user I have created. Suppose this one, Sandeep at, yes. Click on the next, and now I have to enter the password here. This one is password. Yes, current password, and now I'm giving another one. Skip for now for 14 days. Yes. So you can see Sandeep is able to log in into my directory. You can see the default directory is this. Okay. Sandeep at yxa46 at gmail dot on microsoft.com. Okay. If I invite this user to another directory, then I can create a guest user and invite them. This option, if I use this, so I can invite this to another directory. Like right now I am into the default directory. Let me switch the directory. If I have created manage tenants, click on this, or you can switch by here. You can also switch by here, like switch directory. Simply click on this and select your directory. If you click this, yes. Suppose right now Sandeep don't have a directory here. Sandeep only have a default directory. So Sandeep not able to see any other directory here. Okay. Suppose I want to invite Sandeep to work into my company one. So let's assign invite this Sandeep user to another directory. Let's go to the Azure portal. Yes. Now you can see my primary domain is this, and AD free company one. Okay. So let's go to the users. In users, new guest user. Okay. I can invite a guest user to collaborate with your organization. This user will be emailed an invitation. They can accept the order to begin. Okay. So Let's say I want to invite this user. So we can use this if Sandeep is not working into my company. Maybe it's a third party vendor or the other partners. So we have to work with that. Then we use it here. Suppose let me create it one another. Uh, I can create any user or give the any email ID with the name and the message. Let's accept this, or I can select the group roles here or the locations. Department, all the things are same. Users will get an email to accept the invitation. We already done this part into a lab. And Sandeep, please provide your email ID so I can give it here. Hello. What? Okay, you shared in chat. Let me copy it. Okay. So now you will receive an email from the Azure portal. Yes. Okay. You will receive a mail from the Azure portal. I can define the other things here, like suppose India, and you can fill as per your uh, scenario. Okay. Now click on the invite. You will receive an email. Invite Sandeep. Yes. You can check. An email is go to your. Did you receive mail, Sandeep? Okay. So please check and confirm. Received, and you can accept the invite. After accept the invite, you are able to do work into my company one. Okay, suppose you are a third party vendor. I am collaborate with you for some code changes or the other changes. You can collaborate with my company one and you can work into the directory. Okay, if I want to delete this, so I can click on this and delete user. Understand? Okay. Now move to the other part and let's suppose this one. And in company one, you can see I have a new Azure portal with the same things, but it is new. And also you can apply a subscript. You have to apply a different subscription onto that. You are not able to uh, deploy the resources without a subscription. It's also required a subscription here. Okay, if I'm going to the create resource, so it's required a subscription. Okay, you can see this one and this one and this one. So I don't have a subscription right now. I have a subscription into my default directory. Let's switch to the default directory. You can switch also by it here. Yes, you can switch it here. Let me switch to the default directory. In default directory, I have subscriptions. Okay. So let's user part is completed. Let's go to the move part. Oh, sorry.